John's Box, my YouTube channel, and to another edition, the final edition this year of English Just For You, where we look at 10 sentences which contain mistakes and attempt to correct them. Well, we do correct them. So without further ado, let's look at the first sentence. The first sentence, which is simply, you're welcome. Now, you're welcome is something we say to thank you very much. You're welcome. There's no mistake when we say it, but when we write it, it's actually you are welcome, so don't mention it. So this is certainly not your you are, but your house, your something, your possessive. Therefore, it should read, you are welcome, or rather, more appropriately, you apostrophe re welcome. That's sentence number 1. We'll now look at sentence number 2. Sentence number 2, which reads, the road is wet, it was raining. It may sound correct to you, the first part certainly is, as a fact. However, when we look at the consequence of previous action, we should be using what we call the present perfect continuous tense. If you're learning English, you know what I'm talking about. Therefore, it should read, the road is wet, it has been raining. We see the effects of the rain, which happened some time ago. That's sentence number 2. We'll now move on to sentence number 3. Sentence number 3, which reads, who did kill him? It's a question. It's a question in the past. We have the components of a typical question in the simple, which is the question word who, the auxiliary did, the infinitive kill, and the object him. However, there are situations where we don't need to include the auxiliary verb when we don't know the subject of the action. Therefore, we remove the auxiliary, and the sentence should read, who killed him? It's past tense, so we add the ed to the regular verb. If we know who the subject is, we would add the auxiliary. So who did he kill would be correct in that case. However, when we don't know, the auxiliary is removed, so the sentence should read, who killed him? That's sentence number 3. We'll now move on to sentence number 4. Sentence number 4. I'm playing football right now. An action which is happening. Playing is okay, the form. However, the present continuous should include at the beginning the verb to be. Therefore, the correct sentence should read, I'm playing football right now. I am playing football. If it's obvious that it's right now, you can see me, then we don't need to say right now. Only if somebody's on the phone to us to illustrate the point. That is sentence number 4. We'll now move on to sentence number 5. Sentence number 5, which reads, how much cost is a cola? There are 2 ways in which we can ask this particular question. 1, how much does a cola cost? So we're including the question, auxiliary, subject, infinitive. Or how much is a cola, which is rather the one I would advise you to use. It's simpler. and easier to remember. How much is a Coke? How much is a cola? How much is a ticket? Etc. etc. That's sentence number 5. We have now reached the halfway stage. Sentence number 6 then. Have a look at it. I haven't not seen you before. This mistake often occurs in written form where the student uses 2 negatives. It's not necessary to use 2 when we've already got 1 here. So the sentence should read, I haven't seen you before. Rather, we wouldn't say it like that, but rather the mistake would be written. That's sentence number 6. We'll now move on to sentence number 7. Sentence number 7, which reads, I wasn't go swimming yesterday. Again, there are 2 ways in which we can construct this sentence. If we're going to use wasn't, you could then put the sentence or say the sentence as I wasn't swimming yesterday. Or if we're simply stating a fact, then the go would be with the didn't. I didn't go swimming yesterday. That's sentence number 7. We'll now move on to sentence number 8. Sentence number 8, which asks the question, has he ate breakfast? The mistake here is in the verb. If we're using the perfect tense, then the third form of the verb should be used, which is eaten. So the correct sentence should read, has he eaten breakfast? That's sentence number 8. We'll now look at sentence number 9. Sentence number 9, which we'll call the penultimate question. Again, it's a question, who's this man? Now, again, when this sentence is uttered, it sounds correct. However, we're using the wrong form of whose. Whose is the possessive. Whose chair is this? Whose dog? Whose cat? Etc. Of course, we should be using who is. So therefore, it should be who apostrophe s rather than this form of whose. So the correct version is who apostrophe s, this man. Who's this man? That's sentence number 9. We'll now move on to the final question. Final question, he doesn't working here. Again, there are 2 ways. We can use the continuous form, so therefore instead of doesn't it would be isn't. He isn't working here right now or at the moment. He's gone somewhere, or he's working somewhere else. Or we can use the factual form in the simple, he doesn't work here. That's sentence number 10, the final sentence of this year. That's it for the final edition of English Just For You. I hope you've enjoyed it. The final edition this year, that is. I'll be back again in January with 10 more sentences. Wishing you a happy new year and all the best, particularly in your English studies in 2024. Bye for now.